Morning. Amazon, are you awake?
Yes, I'm here.
Cool. Amazon, give us a flash briefing. Excuse me.
Jamie, here's your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. A powerful series of storms plowed through the South yesterday. The National Weather Service says more than 30 tornadoes were reported in several states. Most of them struck Alabama. 6 people died from the storms in Alabama, and a 7th person was killed in Georgia. Parts of Alabama and Georgia are under states of emergency. A special counsel appointed by the U.S. Attorney General will investigate President Biden's handling of some classified documents. 2 batches of sensitive documents were discovered late last year, one in his Delaware home and another in an office Biden used to use in Washington. NPR's Kerry Johnson says Republicans in the House want to investigate Biden, too.
Speaker Kevin McCarthy says there's still a role for Congress to play in investigating these Biden documents. On the Senate side, the Intelligence Committee says they want a briefing, too, not just about these Biden papers, but also about what the FBI found in its search of former President Donald Trump's home in Florida, Mar-a-Lago. That Trump investigation is much more advanced, of course.
NPR's Kerry Johnson reporting. It's been nearly 6 months since the launch of the 988 suicide and crisis
even if they have one classified
As NPR's
document.
Ritu Chatterjee reports,
you might let
more
them slide
people
on
have
one,
reached out to the
but
number,
more than one?
especially by text and chat.
The 988 Suicide and
Wouldn't let
Crisis
the
Lifeline
civilians
received
slide if they had it.
1.7 million calls, chats, and texts in its first 5 months. That's a significant increase from the number of people
that's
who
a fact,
contacted
Jack.
the old 10-digit suicide.
And then you talk about a
lifeline
president
during
who
the same
knows
period
better.
previously.
President's supposed to be the one in
Recent
charge.
federal
They're supposed to know
investments
all
into
the
beefing
rules.
up the network have helped
So,
improve response
that's
rates,
like
says
double
Dr.
fold
John
on them.
Palmieri, who's overseeing the launch of the
They're not just a
lifeline for
normal
the federal
citizen that
government.
could have
So
accidentally
more
had
people are
something
being connected
classified.
to those trained
Hell
counselors.
no, they knew what they
and they're
got.
being connected more quickly to the life-saving services that are available.
There have been fewer abandoned calls since 988 launched, and the wait times to speak to a counselor fell from nearly 3 minutes in November 2021 to almost 36 seconds this past November. Ritu Chatterjee, NPR News.
Stocks opened lower this morning as some of the nation's biggest banks delivered mixed messages about the U.S. economy. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell more than 50 points in early trading.
Bank of America and J.P. Morgan Chase both reported higher than expected profits in the most recent quarter, but bank executives warned of possible storm clouds on the economic horizon. B of A says U.S. consumers are still in good shape, but acknowledged the economy is slowing. J.P. Morgan socked away nearly $1.5 billion in anticipation of a possible mild recession. Tesla's cutting prices on electric vehicles by up to 20% in an effort to prop up demand. The move comes after Tesla fell short of its sales target last year.
learned how they're counting
South Korea's central bank raised its benchmark interest rate
Anyone
by
who
a
is
quarter percentage
unemployed
point.
and
The Federal
applying
Reserve is
for
expected
work,
to make a similar move
filling out the
early next
unemployment
month.
crap,
Scott Horsley, NPR News,
they
Washington.
get counted as
You're listening
unemployed.
to
Anyone who's
NPR
unemployed,
News.
not filling stuff out, don't
The
get
U.S.
counted.
has offered a $10 million
So, yeah, put
reward
that
for
in your pipe
information
and
leading to
chew
the
on
capture of an al-Shabaab leader. He's considered the mastermind behind a 2019 attack
Ridiculous.
on a hotel in
Crooked
Nairobi.
on every
Ishmael
level
Kundikwa
is
reports
government.
21 people were killed.
U.S. Ambassador to Kenya
Just to
Greg
boost
Whitman
numbers.
announced the bounty on Mohamud Abdi Aden in
And the
Nairobi.
unemployment rate. They're just not counting the ones that aren't actively seeking or applying for work.
For information leading to the arrest or conviction of Mohammed Abdi
The ones
Aden
that
and
aren't
any
jumping through their
other
hoops don't get
individual
counted as
who
unemployed.
committed, attempted, or conspired to commit, or aided or abetted in the commission of the 2019 attack.
The attack on the Dusit D2 complex is one of several since Kenya sent troops into Somalia in 2011 to fight
Put
the
that in your
Islamist
pipe and
militants.
chew on it.
Al-Shabaab has waged a bloody terror campaign against Somalia's government and civilians since 2006. For NPR News, I am Ish Mafundikwa in Harare.
A federal trial is opened in Washington against leaders of the far-right Proud Boys group. They're accused of seditious conspiracy linked to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. This is a rarely used charge. Federal prosecutors
By the
allege
way,
5 members, including the group's founder, are
there's like
trying
1,400
to use
hours
force to keep former President Donald
of
Trump
footage that
in
are
office.
just going to be
President
released
Biden
to the
welcomes
public.
Japanese
Haven't
Prime
been
Minister
released yet.
Fumio Kishida to the White House
Redacted's
today.
covering
The
it.
Biden administration is praising
On
Japan for its decision to
that
sharply
January 6th
increase its military
Video
spending.
footage.
Again, on
That
Wall
was
Street, the
withheld
Dow
from
was
the
now
public.
down about 30 points.
So
I'm
what really
Corva
went on?
Coleman, NPR News.
Guess we'll see.
Reveal the economic patterns all around us while you swipe right and left. Understand money better with
Amazon.
The Indicator.
Skip.
In NASA news, media are invited to a news conference with NASA Administrator Bill Nelson and other agency leadership at 10 a.m. EST on Wednesday, January 18th at NASA headquarters in Washington. NASA has selected Banner Quality Management Incorporated of Friendswood, Texas, to provide safety and mission assurance, engineering, and technical services to the agency in various locations across the country. La NASA ha seleccionado a 60 equipos ganadores del segundo desafío estudiantil Tech Rise, un concurso nacional diseñado para involucrar a estudiantes de tecnología, la ciencia y la exploración espacial. Estos equipos trabajarán juntos para construir experimentos científicos y tecnológicos como preparación para una prueba de vuelo suborbital. NASA selected 60 winning teams for the second Tech Rise Student Challenge, a nationwide contest designed to engage students in technology, science, and space exploration. These teams will work together to build science and technology experiments in preparation for a suborbital flight test. La temperatura promedio de la superficie de la Tierra en 2022 empezó con 2015 como la quinta más cálida registrada, según un análisis de la NASA. Continuando con la tendencia del calentamiento a largo plazo del planeta, las temperaturas globales en 2022 estuvieron 0,89 grados centígrados, 1,6 grados Fahrenheit, por encima del promedio para el periodo. In weather. In Seattle, there's a coastal flood advisory in effect until Friday, January 13th, 12 p.m. The current weather is 49 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has rainy weather with a high of 53 degrees and a low of 44 degrees. From NASA, media are invited to a news conference with NASA Administrator Bill Nelson and other agency leadership at 10 a.m. EST on Wednesday, January 18th at NASA headquarters in Washington.
Okay, Amazon. Off. Amazon. Tell us a joke.
Why did the spiders have such a strong connection? They saw eye to 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 eye.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Right on. Stay connected. Peace.